Hello everyone, this is Wasim from Edureka and I welcome you all to this part 2 live session of Python Jarvis. So in the last session we left off at after doing the speech recognition and text to speech. So now we'll begin with the task that I want to incorporate into our Jarvis program. But before that, let me just get a quick confirmation if you guys can hear me or not. And if I am audible to you guys, please type yes in the chat box. And now that I'm getting a lot of confirmation, let's begin with our session and I'll just tell you a few agenda points. So in this session, I'm going to make a few automation scripts, basically an automation script, which is a web automation to get information, to play music on the internet or get movie reviews and movie recommendations. And there is one more task that I'm going to make in which I have these two dictionaries with words and meanings and translations, and I'm going to use them to get translations and meanings using the speech recognition and text to speech module that I have in Jarvis. I have all the code written down over here. What I'll do is I'll just explain step by step what I have done. So let's begin with the automation script for getting information from Wikipedia. So initially what I did was I used the Selenium WebDriver over here. So if you don't know how to use Selenium WebDriver, you can check out our tutorial on Selenium WebDriver on Edureka. And it's not very complex, guys. For this, there are a few dependencies that you have to take care of. So initially you might get a few errors, but it will be easier for you. Just write the executable path like this. Wherever your Chrome driver is, just put the path over here and you'll be good to go. And after this, I have this class info. Basically, this is the main class that I'm going to call in my Jarvis file. So this is how I'm going to call all the files or the classes from these modules that I'm making. So this web auto module, basically what it has a get info function inside which I have a query. So this query is basically what I'm going to get from speech to text, and this is where Jarvis comes into play, and rest all is completed in this automation script. So basically what is happening over here, I'll just comment out all these parts so that you'll be able to understand this better, guys. All right. Yes, I forgot to mention that I'm also using PyTTSX3, which is basically for text to speech. So whatever information I'm going to find on the query, I'm going to convert it into text, and then that text is going to be converted into speech by Jarvis. So initially what I did was I declared the driver, and then using that driver I'm going to open the URL, which is wikipedia.org. So this is my object, and this is how I call the Wikipedia, guys. So initially I have to give a query because there is query inside this function. So without that it will throw me an error. So I'll run this. Now it's just going to open the Wikipedia page. So the next step of action would be clicking on this search bar and then clicking on the button. So for that, what you can do is you can inspect the page, get the XPath element, or like this, go to this part, and then what you can do is you can copy the XPath element. After that, what you can do is I have created this variable called search. So using the driver.find element by XPath, I have given the XPath that I have copied from the web page. And after that, using the click method, I'm going to click on it. So as soon as I click on it, I'll be able to pass the query by using the send keys method over here. And let's just run this. You'll see how it works. Alright guys, so we are in Wikipedia. Clicked on the input, typed the query, and then the next step of action is clicking on this button to get the info. Alright, so after getting the XPath element from this button as well, I have this variable called enter, and using the find element by XPath, I'm going to click on it. Alright, so let's see if I'm able to automate that stuff until here. So it's going to wikipedia.org and typing Liberty Bell and searching for it. And now the final step of action is getting this whole text converted into text and then pass it to the text to speech module, that is PyTTSX3. All right, so now I'll just inspect this again, find this paragraph, which is this, and this is where I copy the X path. Now, the only thing different from the earlier commands is that I'm going to use the dot text over here. So my variable is info and my readable text will be info dot text. I'm converting every value that I'm getting from that web page into text, and then I'm calling the engine with init function, as I have told you in the earlier session, part 1. If you haven't seen part 1, guys, just watch after it. It doesn't have much, but it has a basic concept of what we are doing in the Jarvis session. And now I'll just play everything, guys, and you'll see how I have automated the whole program. This whole script is written to get information without doing anything. If you're running the script, you just have to pass the lib.
Previously called the State House Bell or Old State House Bell, is an iconic symbol of American independence.
Alright, so whatever information that we get from there, it's going to be passed as the input in our engine, and then it is converted into speech. So without doing anything, everything is automated, and I just had to pass this query. And using Jarvis, even I don't have to do this as well, because this script will convert everything automatically. The Jarvis will convert the speech to text, and that text would be passed to this as a query, and that is how we automate a task using Jarvis. And this is a very basic task, guys. This is how you get any information from Wikipedia. All right, so the next step of action is another task that I have incorporated in my Jarvis, which is getting a movie review. So similarly, using that Selenium WebDriver, I have a class which is called movie, and inside which I have a definition of function which is movie review. So in this, again, I have a parameter name. So this name is going to be the movie name, which we will get from speech to text. And we are getting the URL as google.com because we're going to search for the Google only. And the first step of action would be going to google.com, and then it's searching. The search bar will open, and then it will click on it, send keys, and it will print the name of the movie, which is going to be passed as a parameter. And then I have the string, which is movie reviews. So the string that would search the Google search engine would be name of the movie and movie reviews. So for example, let's say movie's name is Titanic. The search query will be Titanic movie reviews. And after that, I'm going to submit on the search button that we have on google.com. And that is how this task is automated to get a review of a movie. So initialization is like this. And then we have, let's just check for the reviews of a movie called Pursuit of Happiness. And one more thing, guys, I forgot to write. I thought I had forgot to mention this part over here. Alright, so I'll just run this again. Okay, guys, I was actually trying to run the web auto, but this is web auto 1. Alright, so we are searching for Pursuit of Happiness movie reviews. So the results are Common Sense Media, the IMDb rating, the Rotten Tomatoes rating, and a few critic reviews. So this is, I think, quite sufficient to know how your movie would do. And the next step of action would be, to click on any of these reviews and read from it. But we have already done that, so I'm not going to do that in this task as well. And the next task that we have is web automation, guys, inside which I have this class which is going to play music on youtube.com. So basically what I did was I used the URL from youtube.com. Whenever you search something on YouTube, you will get a URL something like this, which is youtube.com results search query. And after that search query, you will be having whatever you have searched for. So using that URL, I am just going to get the query, that is whatever I want to search on. So this is everything is done over here. Basically what I'm going to do is going to open the page from the URL, and the first video that I find on that web page, I'm going to play it using this video variable finding by XPath, and then click on it. So I'll just run this again, guys, and all right, it is going to play the web auto 1 again. So I'll just run this web automation.py, and instead of Edureka Python, let's just see, we're going to search for Edureka automation, right? So whatever it's going to do, it's going to go on the YouTube URL that we have provided and going to search for Edureka automation, and it will play any video that it will find that is going to be there. So you can play any video, any search query you can provide, like you can provide Eminem, or you want to listen to any of the Coldplay songs or any other genre that you like, you can play it by using the script. And this whole query that we are passing as a parameter, this is the real deal, guys, because this is where Jarvis comes into play, and we are going to provide these parameters using the speech recognition and text to speech module that we have learned so far. And next up, we have a recommendation automation script in which I'm using this IMDb URL, in which we have all the list of movies that we have, the top 100 movies. So basically, this is to get the list of movies, guys. So it has nothing related to automating anything. It is not going to click on anything because we have done that so far. So basically, I'm going to tell Jarvis that I want a movie recommendation, and it's going to show me or get me to a web page which has a lot of movies that I can choose from. And I'll just run this for you guys so you'll be able to understand what it is doing. Wait, I have run the web automation again. So I'll just close this and run the recommendation one. So basically what is happening over here, right? I forgot to create a object for our class, which is recom. All right, and I'm just going to call the recom info. Now when I run this, it's going to take us to the URL, that is IMDb top 100 chart, or the most popular movies chart. All right, so there is one exercise that you can do, guys. So what you can do is click on this button using the find elements by XPath, and then you can segregate your ratings, guys. I mean, you can tell Jarvis that you want the ratings according to the IMDb rating, or the release date, or number of ratings as a ranking as well. So this is how you play with automation, but as far as it concerns Jarvis, you can just give him the query, guys. All right, so I'll close this, comment out this part. All right, and the last task that we have is I have these two dictionaries that I have made. I mean, we can point it to a database, or we can incorporate a CSV file over here in which we can search from it. But it is just to give an example, guys. So I have this dictionary called meanings, and I have these 5 words over here with their meanings, and it is basically a very easy word to pronounce. It is robot, automation, skill, programming, and certification. And when I say it is easy to pronounce, it is because sometimes the bot or the Jarvis that we're making will not be able to get the input from the microphone if the word is not spoken properly. So that is why it is a concern, and it is just basically an example to show you guys how we can incorporate different tasks. And this one dictionary has translations, so all these words translated into Spanish. So these are all the tasks that I made using automation, which is basically Selenium WebDriver that I used. And we have like 5 or 6 tasks over here that we can incorporate in our Jarvis file. So I'll open the Jarvis file now. Starting from the beginning, I hope everything that's been discussed until now is clear to you guys. You can mention your email IDs, guys. I'll send you the code for this, so you can practice on your own as well, make a few changes as well, or incorporate other tasks that you want to. All right, so in this we have imported speech recognition and PyTTX3 as earlier. After that, all these modules that I made had to be incorporated inside that. All right, I forgot to show you the implementation of this, guys. Basically, I'm just going to call mean, and name I'll provide, let's say, certification, and after that I just call translate as well, and for this also we'll call certification only. So when I run this,
The meaning of certification is that action or process of providing someone or something with an official document attesting to a status or level of achievement. The word translates to certification.
all right, so I'll just call certification over here because the pronunciation is quite similar to certification in Spanish only, and I don't think the Jarvis over here is able to,
Translates to have a line at.
yeah, he's not able to pronounce the Spanish words correctly, but it's just a way how you can incorporate these meanings and translations. So I'll just comment these parts out, and how it's able to do that, because I have specified an engine with the meaning of whatever, or the word translates to result, and I can add this in Spanish. Yeah, just to make it clear that we are actually translating it into Spanish. All right, so we'll come back to Jarvis now. So let me just make sure I don't have anything that would create discrepancy. Right, so I have commented everything out and I'm good to go, guys. So plan of action here is, first of all, I have imported everything, like all the modules that I have imported everything from there. So I'll be able to use all of those classes and functions easily. So first of all, we have the initial conversation, guys. So what do you mean by initial conversation? So first of all, I have this speech recognition recognizer class, and using that I'm going to use microphone as a source, and I'm going to get the audio from the source and convert it into text using the recognize Google class that I have from recognizer class. So it's easy, guys. I've shown you how we can do this. So first of all, what will happen, as soon as I run the program, the Jarvis will call out and say, hello sir, or hello user. I'll write as hello sire, how are you today? After that, it'll wait for me to say something. As soon as I get the print statement like how are you today, I have to say something, and it's going to print the text. All right, after that it is going to give me a queue for giving instructions. So I have this method say, which is going to, the Jarvis is going to say what would you like me to do, and then it is going to print what do you want. So I'll know, like, this is now he's asking me really, like, what do I want from him. After that, I have different instances for recognizer class, and using the microphone as source, I'm just going to give the values. So the first instruction would be deciding what task that I want to execute here. So whatever instruction that I'm giving over here actually is deciding what I want. All right, so this is very important, guys. So let's say if I want to get the information from Wikipedia, I have this if statement. All right, where is the information? Yes, so I have this wait a second, guys, it's a lot of code. So if I want to get the information from Wikipedia, I have if statement. So it's going to check the instruction, that is the queue that we are giving the Jarvis. So if information is there in that whole string, or the instruction text that we have got from queue that we provided as speech to text, then it's going to say information about what. So if Jarvis is saying like information about what do you need information about, or whatever, so we know that we are into this block already. So after that, we just have to put whatever query that we have or we want to search using this try block. I have given this information is equal to, it's going to recognize whatever audio. So this is how it will recognize our voice. So when Jarvis asks information about what, I will say the query that I want to search on Wikipedia. Just to make it clear, guys, I'll just run this program once and you will be able to understand how it's working, guys. And it's quite interesting to see how it has panned out. All right, I'll just run this.
Hello, sire. How are you today?
I am good.
What would you like me to do?
I need information. I need information.
Information about what?
Liberty Bell. As you guys can see, as Jarvis communicated in a way that I have programmed it to be.
Previously called the State House Bell or Old State House Bell, is an iconic symbol of American independence, located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I'll interrupt this program. All right. So what you saw right now is a simple example of how I just executed one task from the Jarvis program, guys. So similarly, for getting a movie review, I have the trigger word as review. So as soon as I say review, after Jarvis asks me what do you want, if I say I want a movie review or I want a review, he's going to ask me the name of the movie first of all, and after that he'll just give me the review of that movie that I've shown you in the automation script. The only different thing about the whole task over here is the one where we have the recommendations, because we're not putting out any instructions there. It's just going to call the function. So for playing music also, we can just give the value. Let's say the instruction says like I want some music. The Jarvis will ask me which artist should I play, and after that we have the movie recommendation, guys. So it's just going to, if you want like I want movie recommendations for tonight, and then he's just going to call that function and just say here are a list of movies you can choose to watch from. And then we have this block here which has meaning. So if instruction has meaning in it, it is going to ask me which word sire, and after that it's going to ask me which word do you want to translate. So these are all the tasks that I have, and forgive me guys, I have not mentioned any statements in this except block, and you can just copy these except statements from the official documentation, guys. I mean, as long as it's working fine, you don't have to be worried about that. All right, so I'll just run each task one by one so that you'll be able to understand this better. So first of all, we got the information. So
Hello, sire. How are you today?
I am good.
What would you like me to do?
Play music.
Which artist should I play?
Edureka automation. Okay, it forgot to take Edureka automation. It just took Edureka and it's going to play that. All right, the process finished. Something went wrong, I guess. So we'll run it again.
Hello, sire. How are you today?
I'm good.
What would you like me to do?
I want you to play music.
Which artist should I play?
Edureka Python. Alright guys, so this is how we play music. I'm just playing the Edureka videos over here, and you can play any other videos that you want. And that is how you play music on YouTube, guys. As long as the concept is clear to guys, you can do any stuff. I mean, you can incorporate any task. I mean, if you want to automate playing music, it's easy, guys. You just have to find the elements on the, I mean, if it's web browser automation, it's quite easy, guys. I have shown you how you can do a web browser automation. And now that we have played music also, we'll just get some movie reviews.
Hello, sire. How are you today?
I'm good.
What would you like me to do?
I want a movie review. So basically what happened here is the instruction is not defined. So I'll just play it again.
Hello, sire. How are you today?
I am good.
What would you like me to do?
I want a movie review.
What is the name of the movie?
Parasite. So this is how simply we are able to execute all our automation scripts. This is it, guys, and now we'll just play other tasks that we have.
Hello, sire. How are you today?
I am good.
What would you like me to do?
I want a meaning of a word.
Which word, sire?
Python. All right, I think we do not have Python in any of the words. So we'll get the value of automation. So I'll run it again.
Hello, sire. How are you today?
I'm good.
What would you like me to do?
I want meaning of a word.
Which word, sire?
Automation.
The meaning of automation is step use or introduction of automatic equipment in a manufacturing or other process or facility.
I think you guys must have noticed this. Jarvis is going pretty fast over here. So what we can do is we can actually limit or change the rate of how he's speaking. So that is one thing that you can do using the text to speech module that we had. And now after that we'll check for the translations as
How
well.
are you today?
I'm good.
What would you like me to do?
Translate.
What do you want to translate, sire?
Programming. All right, it did not take programming for one. All right, we'll just call it again.
Hello, sire. How are you today?
I'm good.
What would you like me to do?
Translate.
What do you want to translate, sire?
Skill. Alright, we'll run the game.
Hello, sire. How are you today?
I'm good.
What would you like me to do?
Translate.
What do you want to translate, sire?
Skill. Alright, I think I have found. I think this is something that is causing us the discrepancy.
Hello, sire. How are you today?
I'm good.
What would you like me to do?
Translate.
What do you want to translate, sire?
Skill.
The word translates to habilidad in Spanish.
Alright, so guys, I think it's just running a little slow. Alright, so we have run all the scripts that we have over here, and we are almost done with the program, guys. So what you can do is, after that, you can add a default value for Jarvis as well, guys. So like if somebody is asking gibberish questions, so Jarvis will be able to respond. Like you can add some funny responses to make it little interesting also. And now that we have come to the end of the session, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Edureka for more exciting tutorials, and also press the bell icon to get the latest updates on Edureka. Also check out Edureka's AIML certification program. The link is given in the description box below. And send us your email IDs in the comment section, guys. We'll send you the code. And since everything is out there in the official documentation of speech to text, which is speech recognition and PyTTSX3, it won't be that hard to make a program like this. And Selenium WebDriver is also pretty easy, guys. You can just use these commands like getting the URL and finding the element by XPath and all those things. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you.